everyone, welcome to another Super Scientist. Today we're going to talk about the legend, the myth, not really a myth, although he's kind of mythical. We're talking about Carl Sagan here, our super scientist, very famous astronomer and science communicator, professor. He worked at Cornell University for a long time. Our boy Carl Sagan, we know him, we love him from Cosmos and Voyager and all that stuff. So, our boy Sagan. So he lived from 1934 to 1996. He did not live super long, unfortunately, did Carl Sagan, but he had a monumental impact on the lives of many, myself included. Love a lot of his work in TV, and just his love of science and his passion for spreading the knowledge and the love of science to the whole world. Pretty amazing stuff. He's famous for saying, "Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence." Very famous saying in science that he started back in he started with one of his books, The Demon Haunted World, and this is where that quote comes from. So he's basically saying that if you're a scientist, you need evidence to prove something. So whether you want to prove that there's aliens on another world, we recently found out about K2-18b, about dimethyl sulfide, that there could be alien life out there on another distant world, but we need much more evidence. It's a big boy claim out there, so we need big boy evidence, unfortunately. So all the UFOs and all the stories of alien abductions, he didn't cut it for Carl Sagan. He's like, I don't think so, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. The quote that I like to branch off from my own here is, "Big whys need big wows." How about that? Big whys need big wows. So I just like to kind of create my own quote from that. I also like to say this is a great thing about Carl Sagan. If you watch any of the original Cosmos series from 1980, or any of his TV appearances with Johnny Carson when he became famous, I like to say he had the voice of God. G-O-D, Mr. God over there. Or if you like Good Omens, he was more like the Metroton. I call it the Metroton, pretty cool. The Metroton in Good Omens being the advocate of God, or the voice of God. Two separate things there. So I like to say, if there was a God, Carl Sagan, he would certainly have the voice of God. Also depicted in Futurama, which is really cool too. So,
the cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be. Our contemplations of the cosmos stir us. There's a tingling in the spine, a catch in the voice, a faint sensation as if a distant memory of falling from a great height. We know we are approaching the grandest of mysteries.
So, what is Sagan known for? He's known for many, many things. Probably most popularly, he's known for the Cosmos TV series, one of his biggest TV series. This actually premiered in 1980. They filmed it in the late 70s. But this was a big moment in science because he wanted, being the lover of science that he was, professor, student, astronomer, he wanted to spread the love of the cosmos, the universe itself. Anyway, in Cosmos, he had a great show. He had many great lectures on there, great stories about Einstein and time dilation. He did a lot of fun activities too on there, and I've actually done this with some of my students. He had a really cool activity called the fourth dimension, and he showed like a tesseract, and he showed like the flatlanders and everything. It was really fascinating just to see a different perspective of 2D versus 3D and 4D. I've done it with students before. It's really fun. And so I like bringing that, his love of the cosmos, and put here Flatland. It was pretty cool. The fact that he kind of broadcasted and showed off what the fourth dimension could possibly look like and bring it down to our 3 dimensions. Pretty cool. But Cosmos is great. It also introduced the cosmic calendar, which is a really fascinating idea, and people have kind of used that idea today, including Neil deGrasse Tyson, another big fan of Carl Sagan, who isn't, by the way. But the cosmic calendar was another cool thing that he introduced on Cosmos, with the cosmic calendar, where he showed how recent our species is on the cosmic scene, that we have only arrived, if you look at, I'll actually have an image of the cosmic calendar for you guys, which is fascinating. But if we were to put the entire history of the universe into a calendar, humanity has only arrived on like the last minute of the last day, and that's it. The very last minute of the last day, December 31st of that cosmic year, humanity has arrived on the scene. And that's our entire species. That's about 200,000 years of our species. So we are newcomers to the cosmos, and we are learning our place in history and science. It's amazing. It's incredible. Cosmic calendar, another great thing. Sagan was probably the quintessential scientist to bring the cosmic perspective to the modern age. And it began with Cosmos and continued with the Extra Cosmos series with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Whoop. Oh. Oh. Whoop. Oh.
So, other than Cosmos, what else is he known for? Well, he's known for many, many things. Among them is the Pioneer plaques and the golden discs, or the Voyager golden record, as it's known. But this Pioneer plaque and these golden discs are really cool. They were released in, Voyager was launched in 1977. So both Voyager crafts were launched there, and they were launched out into interstellar space. Took a lot of nice snappies along the way. As did the Pioneer spacecraft, which they were launched before. But Sagan and Frank Drake, another astronomer who will be on the channel as a super scientist, well, they wanted to kind of send a message to alien life in case there was any alien life out there. If these spacecraft actually could land on another world, or an alien species intercepted these spacecraft, they would have little images of us humans, and we would broadcast who we were, what we're doing here on Earth. The Pioneer plaques themselves were simpler. They were more just a simple image of humans, naked humans. It's kind of funny. There's a dude and there's a woman, so it's kind of funny. But they're waving, and also shows like kind of the location, a cosmic location of Earth, where it might be located. So if the aliens can somehow decipher that, they may be able to locate where we are in the cosmos. The golden discs were much more complex constructions. So on the golden disc there were many cool sounds, not sights, but sounds of planet Earth. So there's like different sounds. There's like Navajo chants, which is really cool. So they had some different tribal chants. They also just had modern day music. They had Chuck Berry, Johnny B. Good on there. They had Bach, they had Mozart, Beethoven, pretty epic. So you can play the epic music throughout the cosmos if they can get some cool like alien DJ, play some music. It's pretty epic there. Also appeared on Beast Wars, so in all those 90s fans of Transformers. So the golden discs, big in pop culture as well in the history of science. But they also took beautiful photographs of our solar system, including the amazing image of Saturn. Sagan's idea was to take a snappy of Saturn from a distance, and right next to Saturn we can see Earth as a pale blue dot, one of his amazing books that he wrote, which became the title of his book.
Consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives.
So pale blue dot is there. It's us in a cosmic perspective, how tiny and remote our planet is in the universe. It's amazing. We are a part of the universe too. So not only are we small, we're also big at the same time. So each one of us has a big role to play, even though we're also tiny in comparison to the vastness of the universe. Pretty amazing. That's just a great photo. But that was taken by one of the Voyagers, I forget which one. Just an amazing image though. He also wrote a ton of really cool, sweet books, which I suggest you guys go read, dive into his amazing mind, his amazing world. Some of his amazing books include The Dragons of Eden, which kind of combines a little bit of myth, a little bit of science, talks about our evolution and how we came up with certain myths maybe. It's pretty interesting. As well as Pale Blue Dot, which I mentioned, Billions and Billions, which he did not say on the show, on Cosmos. And probably my favorite book is, or one of my favorite books, is The Demon Haunted World, which this quote is taken from. As well as in The Demon Haunted World, he really lines up why so many people have superstitious beliefs and how science can help be a guardrail against that, or a safeguard against superstitious thinking. That's really what he outlines in The Demon Haunted World. And he calls that idea of distinguishing between pseudoscience and superstition and science, he calls that the baloney detection kit. Or as I call it, the baloney slap kit, kind of after Hitchens, the hitch slap. So you can baloney slap someone, it's just extra salty slaps and stuff like that. So when they're wrong about something, they're like, salty slap you. So when RFK makes his ridiculous claims about vaccines being, no good, you can just give him a salty baloney slap. But another book, of course, is Contact, which was his actually original work that he published in the 80s, 1985. But the book Contact, which was made into a movie, released in '97, I believe, with Jodie Foster. Contact just really shows his love for both science as well as the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Are there other life forms out there? Contact really asks these questions and other big questions of God, universe, humanity's place within the universe. Pretty cool movie there. Actually, I don't know if I like the book or the movie better. They're both pretty good, so. But honestly, I think I prefer Sagan's science books. That's where he really shines. But anyway. And he also had really sweet, really awesome, let me put this on here, really sweet, awesome turtlenecks, did our boy Carl Sagan. Because why not? Because the Beastie Boys said it, so it must be true. But also, if you look up images of him, he's always like wearing like a new turtleneck. He had like, even on the Cosmos show, he would have like a blue turtleneck, then like a red turtleneck, and it's like, alright, this guy loves his turtlenecks. I'm not fond of them, but he had a cool voice, so there you go. So that's going to do it for our boy, Carl Sagan, the voice of God, the Metroton, the epic, the legendary, the Mr. Big Whiny, Big Wows, because why not? He wrote Contact, he wrote tons of books, he was a pioneer, he was a visionary, he was a legend, amazing show Cosmos, he also had some sweet turtlenecks, sweet lectures, he's a visionary, and he is the vision, how about that? I think if people followed his example with his passion of science, his passion of knowledge, and just his wisdom and his vision, I think the world will be a much better place. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about the legend, Carl Sagan. Go wear some turtlenecks, and I'll see you next time.